There's no way around it. The Miami Dolphins have been stuck in the same spot for way too long. No playoff win since forever ago. Every year, hope builds up, and every year, reality hits harder than the last. And now, here we are again, staring down another NFL draft, not with excitement or confidence, but with that sinking feeling in the gut. Fourth year of the Mike McDaniel experiment, and what do we have to show for it? A season that looked promising at first, another 11-win flash, and then the same old fade out. This offseason, it's been more chaos than calm. Big names out, familiar faces packing bags. One of the few bright spots we could cling to, Jalen Ramsey, now dangling in trade talks like a reminder that nothing gold stays for long in Miami. How did it even get to this point? Wasn't this supposed to be the golden era? Instead, it's a roster that looks thinner, shakier, and honestly, more desperate than it has any right to be for a team that once flirted with the top of the AFC East. Quarterback is still Tua Tagovailoa's show, but for how long can he keep pulling magic out of thin air without a line to protect him? When he's upright, when he's in rhythm, when the universe decides not to mess with him for once, he can slice up any defense in the league. But how many ifs can a team afford at QB before it all crashes down? And the line, oh, the line. General Manager Chris Grier once laughed off concerns about depth up front like it was some sort of media-driven hysteria. Turns out it wasn't. It was a warning. Terron Armstead tried. God knows he tried. But bodies have limits, and it's hit the wall. Retirement was inevitable, but it still stung when it happened. 38 games played over 3 years. That's barely half a season per year. So what did the Dolphins do? They plugged a few holes with some off-season signings, sure. But none of it screamed. Problem solved. More like patchwork on a sinking boat. On defense, it feels like even the rocks are crumbling. Christian Wilkins, leaving last offseason, hurt more than anyone wanted to admit. He wasn't just a player. He was the heartbeat of the defense. The guy who made every other guy play bigger than they were. You don't just replace that with a handshake and a free agent contract. Miami tried anyway. They brought in Calais Campbell, hoping experience would be enough. But Campbell's heart was always in Arizona, and now, at 38, that's where he's going to finish. Miami got a blink of him, and that's it. And yet, when you look at the offense, you still see that blur of speed. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, Jalen Wright. They can still burn anyone, outrun anyone, humiliate anyone. In theory. But theory doesn't win games. Last year showed it cold and clear. Without a strong line, and without a fresh twist to the playbook, defenses learned how to slow down the fireworks. Mike McDaniel's magic started looking like old tricks. And when you live and die by the big play, when the chunk gains dry up, you start dying a lot more than living. It's why the Dolphins, once breathing down Buffalo's neck for the AFC East crown, are now sitting uncomfortably behind both the Bills and the Jets. Yes, the Jets. No one's kidding anymore. At 6-1 odds entering 2025, according to DraftKings, Miami is a step behind. And if you're not moving forward in this league, you're getting run over. So now, here comes the 2025 draft, the so-called chance to reset. But how much can a few picks really change for a team with cracks showing in every corner? What's the real plan? Are the Dolphins going to load up on linemen and hope that 1 or 2 pan out? Are they swinging for a defensive cornerstone, praying for another Wilkins? Or is it just another case of shuffling deck chairs while the ship takes on water? There's tension hanging over every decision. Do you draft to protect Tua? Or do you hedge your bets on a future without him? Nobody's saying it out loud, but everyone feels it. Tua's contract situation isn't settled. Injuries have already stolen so much from him. How long before the Dolphins are forced to ask a question they've been too scared to even whisper? What's next if he can't stay healthy? And the front office? Grier's seat isn't on fire yet, but it's warm enough to make him sweat. For all the talent he's amassed, for all the draft hits, the bottom line is the bottom line. No playoff wins. Flash without results eventually turns into noise, and fans are getting tired of hearing it. The window isn't closing, it's creaking ominously. The defense needs bodies. Edge rushers who can actually finish plays. Tacklers who don't just look good in shorts. Leaders, not just athletes. And if the Dolphins ignore that side of the ball again, thinking they can just outscore everyone, they're in for another rude awakening. Wide receiver? No way. They're stacked. Running back? They're fine. Quarterback? Not yet. Offensive line? It should be every pick, every round, every priority. Because it doesn't matter how many burners you have if your quarterback is eating turf before he can even set his feet.